Yo, let's talk about something else. I want to talk about another thing that's been it's been kind of getting on my nerves all season, and I've just seen that it's been consistent all through the season, and I'm not understanding why. I haven't heard more Liverpool man pressing others about it. Maybe you know what, we've been so bad, we just ain't being concerned with everyone else. But I watch all the teams. I watch how all the teams are received in the media, and I watch how other fan bases talk about all the teams. I always say to you, there's a special hate for Liverpool. I put it down to us being the greatest club, right? You get Man United fans, and this is where I'm alluding to as well. You get Man United fans telling you all the time they're the biggest club in the world. And if they're not saying they're the biggest, they'll say they're right up there with Real Madrid, right? Real Madrid. And I want you to hold on to that thought, because Real Madrid, their standard every season is to win the league. That's their standard, to win the league and the Champions League. Every season, that is their standard. It's one or both, every season. If they don't do that, the manager that's sitting in that job normally gets fired. That's the standard they have set. I can't say nothing to that standard because they've got 14 European Cups. I can't even remember how many La Ligas they've got. But they have been a dominant European powerhouse. They've got funds unlimited. They buy who they want, when they want. And normally when they come for a player, the player doesn't really turn them down, right? That's them. I believe Liverpool are the greatest club for me, because that's why I support them. But I'm not stupid as well. That is unmatched legacy. That is elite. That is Real Madrid. Man United themselves are telling you they are the same standard, right? They and their fans are selling you that they are that standard, right? No problem. So, with that in mind, why are they being allowed to have this narrative this season that they want to rebuild? How are they rebuilding? Again, this is like the 4th or 5th rebuild in 10 years, 11 years, because their last title was, if I'm right, 2013. They've been rebuilding since David Moyes. They're supposed to be the biggest club. In their words, this is their words, not me. They're supposed to be the biggest in the world, right? They're still saying that today in 2023. We're the biggest club. But you're doing a rebuild, and that's been accepted by the media, it's been accepted by pundits, and you've got everybody shouting this narrative. Oh, it's a rebuild. Rebuild. We've got the League Cup. All of a sudden, the League Cup's not a Mickey Mouse Cup this season. All of a sudden, this is the beginning of the legacy reuniting. But when Liverpool won both cups last season, we were called flops because we didn't do the quad that no one's done in this country. We were flops, but our standard is lower than Man United's, based on their words. Somebody tell me how that makes sense. Make it make sense. How has that narrative been able to be formed that they want to rebuild? They haven't won the title for 10 years. How is that allowed? How is that not a complete failure? Period. They've had unlimited transfer windows where they buy who they want. Man United don't normally miss out on anyone if they go in for them. See how many players that Man United have missed out on when another team has really gone in. We got Gakpo, but Man United didn't really want Gakpo. If they wanted Gakpo, they would have got him. They would have got him over us at that time. Man United don't miss signatures. So they buy who they want. They always spend over 100 million each season. Yet they're allowed to bin off their transfer flops. They're allowed to bin those off. And yet they're still not held to the same standard as a Real Madrid. But they're telling you they're the biggest club in the world. So someone clear that up for me. Clean that up. Tell me how that is right. They're either the biggest club in the world, and therefore this season is a flop, regardless of them having the League Cup, or they're not. And then that segues to the other club that's been able to say they're doing a rebuild. Chelsea. How do you spend £500 million? You spent £500 million, and somehow a narrative is out there, it's a rebuild, it's a reset. Graham Potter's just been sacked for not achieving any wins with this rebuild squad. So if it's a rebuild, why is he being sacked? No one ain't asking these questions. If it's a rebuild, then despite whatever happens this season, Graham Potter should have been allowed to go till next season, because it's a rebuild. You're expecting to be underperforming, correct? But it's not a rebuild. That's why he's been sacked. How is it a rebuild? £500 million. £500 million. How can they spend that and be allowed to not be in the top 2 minimum? How? It's an absolute joke. But Liverpool, on the other hand, who didn't invest in the midfield at all, who lost Sadio Mane, and yeah, we replaced him with Nunes, and we got Gakpo later, but we haven't really replaced him. It wasn't a like-for-like striker, and furthermore, yeah, because remember, Sadio Mane is established now. Darwin Nunes is still potential. We didn't bolster the midfield, but we're being critiqued like we're in a major crisis. A couple of midfielders and our problems are solved. Chelsea has spent £500 million, and it's just been written off that it's okay. You know, what's going on? And this is why I say that Liverpool are the most hated team, because we don't get, our standard is so different. We get told all the time, we're shit, we're this, we're that. But we're the one with 6 Champions Leagues. We're the one with 19 league titles. And then 1 minute we're held to a high barometer. We just missed out on the quad. So this season is an absolute catastrophe, which it is. But then someone who spends £500 million, and another club that claims that they're the best and the biggest and the greatest club commercially and in terms of their stadium and their fan base and the trophies, it's okay for them to be 4th with a League Cup. It's okay. It's a rebuild. How does that make sense? I'm sick of the double standards. I'm absolutely sick of it. But I just want someone to tell me in the comments, lay this out for me. Tell me how it's okay for these two clubs who run around. Chelsea will tell you, we're the most successful club in the last 20 years. Okay, but you just spent £500 million and you're in the bottom half of the table. Somehow it's okay for the rebuild. Someone make it make sense. Your club will never be greater than Liverpool's. But I just for this argument, I want to hear someone tell me, or write in the comments, or explain to me. I need someone to explain it. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. And we fans shouldn't be putting up with this. Every time I see a panel, I'm not seeing man press the Man United fans or the Chelsea fans. No one's pressing them. On any of the debate shows, no one is pressing them. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me know your comments. Leave them below. Them man should be getting the same heat that Tottenham are getting and that we're getting. And we're not. But leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Peace.